So I guess I'll briefly tell you about this game. So the full title of this next game is called Toki Going Apespit, which I'm not even joking, that is the actual title of the game, and it's kind of weird. I should show you the box art actually, because I think you would like what the box art looks like. There's the game logo. Right, 1 second. I'm gonna get the. I think I've got the box art saved so that I can quickly show you it. In fact, so like I said, the game is called Toki Going Apespit, and here is here is the box for it. I kind of like this. I really like the box art for this game. And that's the thing about video games that have like box art with actual artwork and not like 3D renders. Like people just went insane with like how they like created the artwork. So this is like the European Mega Drive version of the box art, but the US version is the same. The only difference is this one has like a bigger picture of the art, so you get to see it a little bit better. Like if it was the Genesis one, it's like cropped out a little bit, so you don't get to see the entire glorious ape spitting that you can see here. And there's the really, for some reason the logo looks really shitty. Like it doesn't look like they put much work into that, as opposed to the actual artwork of the game. So if you haven't already guessed, based off of that artwork, you're playing as a monkey named Toki, and he goes ape spit. That's pretty much all you need to know. You'll get to see a little bit more in just a second once the game is loaded up. This should be working. Yep, I do believe that is working. Now, let me know if the audio is okay for this. That good old Genesis FM synth right there. I know I've been playing a lot of the same games lately, so I figured I'd do this tonight as a completely different thing outside of A Way Out. For some reason, the intro reminds me of... fuck, I don't remember the name of it. It's that arcade game. Also, for some reason, even though I've got like the European game on here, it's still got like the Japanese title, so I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, the intro kind of reminds me of Goblins. What's that Capcom arcade game called again, where you play as Arthur the Knight, and he like loses his armor and then dies? Is that Ghosts and Goblins, or is that Goblins and Ghosts, or what? But it reminds me of that, where you start as like this hero with like the girl, and then some wizard or demon comes in, steals the girl, and then in this version it just turns you into a monkey, because why not? So I'm just going to make this a little bit easier for myself and change some of the rules, because I'm gonna intend to play the full game tonight, so I don't want to like lose all the continues and restart. So hopefully that won't happen. You do need to play it on normal mode though, because I heard that if you play on easy, it kind of like stops after like a few levels, which is it's one of those games. Right, there we go. We are now good. So get ready for a little bit of weirdness. So it's called Going Apespit, the subtitle is called Going Apespit, and this is why. This is like the large... This is like the main part of the game, just like shooting projectiles with your mouth. Oh yeah, there's also one-hit deaths. Get used to that. That's why you need as many lives as possible. So you're probably wondering, why am I playing this game in particular? This is a childhood rental game that I rented way back in the day when I was really young. And there's also another reason that I'm playing this, but I'll get into that in a minute. What did you guys think of A Way Out, by the way? Did you think that was interesting? Like, something a little bit different for a change? After me having struggled with Mario Odyssey and like trying to do that volleyball shit. I don't know if you can like adjust the camera to see what's below you. So I'm assuming the Japanese name for this character is Juju because you can see the blob down there saying Juju. Yeah, so I thought I had like the American version of this game, or like the European version, but it seems to have like the Japanese title, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. The game is perfectly playable without it though, it's not like there's like dialogue anywhere, so you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, it looks like you can adjust the camera. This is also one of these games that's based off of an old arcade game. I think there was like an NES version as well, like there was on multiple consoles. But the Genesis version in particular was different from the others. I do like the variety in the different projectiles. Like this projectile, its power increases depending on how long you wait to charge. Like you can see the little charge meter at the bottom there. I like the music actually, the tune is pretty good. I think this is like, there's only like a few tunes in this game, but this is like the most memorable song in the soundtrack. Which, again, I think this is also a song from the arcade version. Gonna grab that. Can I jump higher? No, I don't think I can. I can crawl walk though. Check the extra life out right there. Check out the face on that thing. Oh shit. It's got a really fucking derped face, that one, doesn't it? I think I mentioned this briefly yesterday. I don't really think I talked about it that much, but I got myself a brand new cell phone. Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. It's really good. Before that I had like a cheapo version of like the S brand, but it was like an A brand, which it doesn't sound like I'm making sense. That basically, like, you've got the Galaxy S model, and then you've got the Galaxy A model. The A model is basically like a low budget version of that. I had the A5, which is kind of like a budget version of the Galaxy S4. But yeah, I got a Galaxy S9 because I felt like upgrading. I was going to upgrade last year, get the Galaxy S8, but my S4 that I previously owned had like died like 6 months before I was going to upgrade, so I was like, fuck it, I'll buy a cheapo phone and I'll just buy a new phone like in a year from then. And here we are. Also, can you tell that my commentary is shit? I think the commentary was better when I had Deej. Also, I love the face animation, like, see, the whole body doesn't move, but look at the way the eyes move when he shoots. Hang on a minute, like, it looks chill, and then... I like that, just the eyes wide open for a brief frame. And then you've got that really angry looking face. Let me just check that this is... Oh, hang on a second, picture's cropped out for some reason. Let me fix that. I thought the picture was okay. I think I know what the problem is. 1 second. Oh, no, that's not the solution. Although I think I can fix this. I can fix it! So yeah, forgive me for not properly adjusting this. I thought it was already preset. Let me try to remember how you fix the... See, there's a way to set an aspect ratio to this. I'm trying to remember how that works. Let's see, filters. Scaling and aspect ratio. Let's set it to 4:3. Oh, wait a minute, that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm experiencing some weird things here. I'm just trying to get this to display correctly, so bear with me a moment. Right, so it's not going to look exactly 4:3, but it's going to look close enough that I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think that's fine. Let me unlock that. Let me stretch that out just a little bit further. I want to make sure that you can see the entire screen at least. Okay, I think that looks good actually. Yeah, that seems fine. Right, just a second. Making sure everything is still functioning correctly. Right, we're good. Right, sorry about that. Apparently I didn't have this set up for Genesis. Like, I've got it set up for other games, but Genesis it was still like, the display was fucked. So this boss is called the Stark's Machine. Oh, that's all I had to do, just destroy the side things. There we go. So let me know if the picture seems fine now, like nothing is getting cropped out of the edges like it was before. Oh, look, shoes. Now they look fashionable, also they're just high jumping shoes. Oops. Oops. Wait, what? There we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, so if you fall from too great a height, you destroy things underneath you. Didn't realise that was a thing. At least those destructible blocks can be destroyed if you fall from too great a height. Oh shit. Also, while you're jumping, you can't aim. Like, you can only shoot forward, you can't aim up or down. I picked up a star and I'm invincible. I wonder what game that came from. I wonder what game inspired that mechanic. Having said that, this game is anything but a Mario clone. In fact, this is one of the more original platformers, as far as a platformer goes. Kinda worried if I jump back down here I'm gonna get killed. Oh, that skill shot though. If only I was that good at aiming in Fortnite. Which, as you know, will never happen. Speaking of Fortnite, we briefly mentioned this earlier, Deej and I, but there is a free-to-play game coming out from the makers of Lawbreakers, aka that game on Steam that did absolute shit. And it's basically, just like I said, it's meant to be a Fortnite clone. It's just a Battle Royale style game. But unlike Lawbreakers, it's free to play, so I don't think it's going to take off all that well, especially given Fortnite's extreme popularity. But it is free, so I've got no reason to not check it. So I'll probably look at that tomorrow. There are 0 players playing Lawbreakers right now. Yeah, I'll tell you this, I think there was like 5 people playing, and then those 5 people heard about this new game, they're like, okay then, I think the time has come that we don't play this game anymore. Don't know why there was a coin over there if I couldn't get it. I like this tune, but it is very repetitive, like it only lasts like 30 seconds and then it like loops. Oh yeah, check out that monkey ass right there, you see that? Shaking that ass. Now I'm just thinking of Angry Joe. Ass and titties! Has anyone ever seen Angry Joe? Like some of his older videos? Apparently Angry Joe is still affiliated with Channel Awesome. I didn't know that. I knew he was like affiliated with them from the start, but I didn't know he was like still part of the Channel Awesome network. I thought he left in sort of pursued his own career, so I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. I knew he was part of Channel Awesome because they used to have a sister site called Blistered Thumbs, and that's where he was like residing. But I thought after Blistered Thumbs had become no more, he became his own thing, occasionally cameoing in Doug Walker's videos and anniversaries and shit. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to walk off the edge there. Larry Bundy Jr. is on that list, but he hasn't worked with them for 10 years. Is that website really that out of date? I like Larry Bundy Jr. I think he's pretty fucking funny. If you don't know who that is, he's also known as Guru Larry. I'm subscribed to him. He's like one of the few people I subscribe to on YouTube. But, hello you! Shit. I keep worrying there's like something above me, so I wanted to shut up there just to make sure. So, you've probably been hearing me talking about the TMNT Nickelodeon series that I've been like catching up on. And I said like a while back that I was watching through the final season and it wasn't quite finished yet. Turns out that's not true. it turns out that Season 5 is shorter than the other seasons, because every other season, Seasons 1 through 4, had 26 episodes each. At the time of me saying that it wasn't quite finished yet, like they were still airing episodes, they only had 20 episodes. Turns out that's all there is, like there wasn't an extra 6 at the end that they hadn't aired yet. So I was like, okay, I guess I might as well watch the rest of them. I won't go too much into my thoughts on Season 5, like it's not bad or anything, it just feels more of a self-contained series compared to the rest of it. Because Seasons 1 through 4, there's like a continuing like story arc. Can I hit this from the side? Oh, there we go. But there's a continuing story arc with the occasional side stories and stuff. In Season 5 it's a little bit more self-contained stories. In fact, the subtitle of Season 5 is Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I think that's kind of what they were going for. They wanted to do something a bit different. So most of the episodes don't really amount to anything at the end, but there is a couple of good ones in there. It was a self-contained story that takes place sometime way after the events of TMNT, where it's basically Raphael in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max-style world. Because of like some sort of freak nuclear accident or something that happened in the city. Oh, that was close. That was a pretty good episode. Look at that face. Look at her special eyes. Also, that was easier. I will say this though, the final 3 episodes, like the finale of TMNT Season 5 is really fucking good. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to briefly talk about it. Ah, shit. I don't remember how many stages this game has. I think it's like 8 or 9 if I recall. But yeah, the season finale is basically a crossover between the current, like the Nickelodeon TMNT, and the original 1980s version. Or version, rather, not version. Don't know why I said it like that. But the basic synopsis is that it actually starts off with the 2D animation in the style of the old cartoon. And like Shredder and Krang go into the Nickelodeon dimension where they become 3D. And they're trying to take over that world. And then like the original Turtles go through the same portal and then they become 3D. It's really weird, but it's actually really well done. And it actually made me laugh a lot, and there was a lot of good little nods in there. Nice, very nice fan servicey send-off for the series. And if you know me, you know that I love the 80s version of the Turtles cartoon, as goofy and cheesy as it is. I wouldn't say the three-parter was... The three-parter isn't as good as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Forever, which was like a direct-to-DVD movie where the 2003 version crossed over with the 80s version. I think that's far better, because that had like a better plot and stuff, but for what was there, it was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. It's weird seeing the Turtles in 3D though, like when you see them in like fully 3D CGI. But I think they did a good job. Most of the voice actors, I think, have reprised their roles. Unfortunately, Shredder can't, like, Shredder's voice actor can't reprise his role since he's no longer with us, sadly. Like, he's the guy who did Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I forgot his actual name. Does anyone remember that guy's name? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I actually can't remember. But most of the other voice actors, as far as I can tell, are the originals, or they're very, very close to the originals. But the guy who was playing as Shredder was actually pretty good. Didn't sound one-to-one, but he had like his mannerisms and everything. The special had a lot of really good like little nods to the original series. Like if you're a big fan of the original series, then you would obviously spot those. James Avery, that's his name. I think the original Krang voice actor reprised his role because it sounds pretty much identical. Can't destroy that for some reason. At least we're getting actual different music now in this level. So the power-ups you pick up seem to have a time limit, like they don't last forever. Like you use them for a while and then they disappear. Here's the part about that special that made me laugh the most, and this was like a continuing theme throughout the whole three-parter of this in particular story. So, in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, the turtles would usually defeat the enemies by doing like some goofy hijinks, like, I don't know, just like using everyday objects to kind of like knock them over and shit, like cardboard boxes and stuff like that. It was very campy in that way, but when they get to the 3D dimension and they try that shit, it doesn't work. And it doesn't even make like the villains flinch or anything, they just like retaliate by punching them in the face. I think that's just hilarious. It's like, yep, that's not going to work in this 3D dimension, it only works in their dimension. Where that kind of logic applies. Like, almost everything they try along those lines does not work, which is pretty funny. Then there's one moment where the current Leonardo, like we'll just say current because it's based off the current version as of right now, but the current Leonardo tries to talk to the original Leonardo, like the 80s version, and he's like, why aren't you using your sword in combat? It's like, well, if I use the sword, I could possibly cut someone. I don't want to do that. And I think that's fucking funny because, yeah, they did have weapons in the original, but they never really used them to actually hurt people. The exception being the foot robots, because they were all like robots, like you could like be violent against robots and shit, but when it came to fighting everybody else, they couldn't actually like bring themselves to swinging their swords at like someone who was living. And I thought that was quite funny because that's actually how they acted like that. Like, they didn't say it, but due to like how TV was back then, you couldn't like have them swinging at like a living being. Fun fact for people out there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 80s version, they had, like, all the turtles had their weapons, but for some reason in the UK, Michelangelo's nunchucks were deemed very offensive, like, they were very offensive weapons compared to all the other weapons. Oh, I should have crawled there. So, when they aired that show in the UK, they had to cut out all scenes that showed Michelangelo's nunchucks. I have no fucking idea why they did that, but that's what they did. Like, every single scene where he was holding or using nunchucks, you couldn't, like, see it. It was just removed completely. You can get your head stuck in there. Oh, there was one moment that actually made me laugh a lot, where they were all together, like fighting the enemies and stuff, like the villains. And at one moment, the camera like turns to one of the retro turtles, like the 80s versions, and I think it's like Raphael. But when he speaks, he's got Michelangelo's voice, and that actually made me laugh because that was a clear, like, tongue-in-cheek reference to the fact that the original Turtles was known for having voice acting goofs, where they would animate, like, one turtle but then give them the completely wrong voice. Like, they did that a lot. So the fact that they actually snuck that in there just like as a little extra reference, that actually made me laugh. Like, good job for doing that. I bet kids watching that today would have no idea why, like, they probably think that's a legit mistake for this version, but that's just a reference to the original mistakes. So yeah, I've watched those. I've watched the finale more or less, and now begins the wait for the new series, which starts later this year. The one with the buff as fuck Raphael. I'm not sure if it's going to be. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good, but I'm going to reserve my judgment until it comes out. Maybe it'll be decent. I'm just kind of concerned that it might not be as good as what's come up to this point, but we'll see. I want it to be good. I'm just not sold on the designs just yet, but it might grow on me as I start watching it. Somehow that did not hurt me there. So yeah, the annoying thing about this game is that if you die, like, there's no checkpoints. So if I die, I have to go all the way back up to the top of this map. I'm gonna pick that up because the other weapon's about to run out anyway. Oh yeah, I got a lot of blind falls. Oh yeah, I got the DVD / Blu-ray. Yeah, Blu-ray. I got the Blu-ray for The Disaster Artist today and I watched that. If you've not seen that, I would recommend watching it. I've talked about it before. It's a mockumentary of, like, the making of The Room. I want to get in there. I think there's a secret in there. I don't think I can actually get in there now. Oh shit. That was close. I better not get hit going up to this exit. Right, there we go. Oh, did you see that enemy right next to that exit there? I would have been annoyed if that hit me. Again, this game you have one hit, so if you get hit, you have to go all the way back. So I mentioned that part of the reason I'm playing this is because this was like a Genesis rental for me, so it's very nostalgic. But there is another reason why I'm playing this, and that is because there is going to be a reboot of this game coming out. But that's not all. The reboot has a bit of a history. Like, it was announced like almost 10 years ago, and it was supposed to come out on Xbox Live Arcades in 2010, I believe, somewhere around that time. But then it got cancelled for some reason. Like, there was a trailer for it, and then nothing came of it. It was never heard of again. But a few days ago, there's like a new developer now who have got like the current game with its assets and stuff, and now it's coming out on Nintendo Switch later this year. So I'm like, you know what? I'm probably going to get that when that comes out. Because again, this game has nostalgic ties to me, and I wouldn't mind trying out the remake. The remake doesn't have, like, it's got a trailer from like 10 years ago, but there's no trailer for the new version. It's just like screenshots. But it pretty much looks like the game from about 10 years ago. It just looks a bit nicer. So yeah, the remake that they're working on is basically like high definition drawings, but it's based off of the arcade game, so it looks pretty neat. I think it's just called Toki. I think it was called Toki Arcade Remastered when it was first announced like 10 years ago. But I think for now it's just called Toki until they get an official title later. It's probably going to be the same like title, like Toki Remastered or Toki Rebooted or something. I imagine the arcade game's better than the Genesis version, like most games were better than the console counterparts. When I hit death like Donkey Kong Country, yeah, except in this game you don't have a second person. Ah, shit. Speaking of... Oh, I didn't see him there. Dell is promoting new laptops in China, saying they can run more PUBG cheats. Shouldn't, like, if you're a company that, like, makes computers and stuff and you're promoting that kind of practice, isn't that illegal? I mean, it's not really illegal, but isn't it, like, morally, like, wrong to be like, we can sell you laptops to cheat in an online game? Like, isn't that something that should be, like, I don't know, stopped? At least I'm pretty sure that's... I mean, this is China, but still, it affects people who are playing... like, international servers when Chinese people are playing international servers as well. So that seems to be kind of bullshit. Okay, I thought I pressed jump there. You know how when you walk off the edge and you thought you pressed jump like a frame before you walked off the edge? Speaking of PUBG though, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with the developers, Bluehole. They've been on a bit of a, let's just say, copyright rampage right now, because they seem to be under the thought, the notion, the idea that they own the Battle Royale franchise, or the Battle Royale concept. And this is nothing new, this was something they did a while back. It was like, oh, you can't do this because we own the Battle Royale concept, so if you do this, we'll sue. Of course, that didn't stop Fortnite from taking over in popularity. So that was something they did a while back, but they've since, like, done even more things. Like, they've copyrighted frying pans because a frying pan is in their game, and I'm like, wait, really? Of all the things you could copyright, you copyright a frying pan being in your video game? Like, your game is not the first to have a frying pan, surely you know that. Nice. Ah, shit. I was kinda hoping to finish him off there while I had that power up. It's a bootleg crackle. Ah. Shit. The boss's name is Eyesore. It really fucking is an eyesore. Yeah, when the eyeballs like fall away like that, it's kind of difficult to avoid them. Like the first one's fine, it's the second one. Ah. Oh, it does it by itself, right, okay. I thought it was like me shooting at it that was causing that to happen, but it happens like he's the one that's controlling it. Shit. I'm not sure if I can hide in the corner. Right, I got this. There we go. She spoke of how Chinese gamers are the most innovative and dominant in the world by using plugins. Plugins are known as cheats. Yeah, that kind of stuff is like shady, they shouldn't be doing that. Like I know China has like different laws and stuff, but still. Like, that kind of stuff affects the rest of the world, and that's just not fun. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why don't they make Chinese servers for Chinese players? And people have raised that concern for that game, and then developers were like, do you know what the developers said when that concern was raised? They're like, oh, you shouldn't be thinking that because you're xenophobic. Like, you should be playing with the Chinese players regardless, so stop being xenophobic and just play with them. And it's like, okay then. I don't see what being racist has to do with it, but okay. Like, we're not being racist, we just want to play our fucking game and not... Not that I'm playing PUBG, but I know there's a lot of people out there who play PUBG and get affected by this. But people just want to play their game and not, like, get interfered by shit like that. I don't know if there is a way to jump higher, I guess not. Ah, I did the exact same thing as the last time. This one doesn't really have any hazards so much, it's just got a pit at the bottom. So I just need to avoid that. I'm not sure if you have to start back at Act 1 of the level if you like get a game over, or if you can start from the same acts. Because right now we're on 5-2. But I've got like 2 lives left. Damn it. You know, I always liked 16-bit games that had that like heat wave effect in the backgrounds. So yeah, I can't jump on that bridge. Oh, okay, that's cool. Fucking flamethrower. Should have grabbed that star. Right, so this is where I'm gonna start losing a bunch of lives, so yeah, get used to that. I don't, unless PUBG goes free to play, I don't think I'll ever play it. Because I was kind of curious about it, but then Fortnite became more and more of a thing, and I actually really like Fortnite. I don't think I could see myself going to PUBG after playing that. especially with the barrier, the price to entry. I can't even reach the star. I think I need to bounce on an enemy to get that. That sucks. Gotta love them leap of faiths. Not sure how I'm supposed to avoid that and get close enough to actually do damage. Can I just jump down here? No, okay. I thought it was like a waterfall that I could just go right through. Help me! Right, so we start from the same act at the very least, that's good. Currently there are no region locks in PUBG, yeah, that's the issue. Also, I haven't played... Like, I played PUBG Mobile, like, briefly, because that's, like, free to play. But I only played that on my old phone. I'm not sure if it runs any better on my new phone. I mean, it probably does, but... I'm not expecting it to run at 60 FPS because that game is already unoptimized as it is. But yeah, I wasn't really enjoying the mobile version that much. It's kind of hot garbage, to be honest. I would rather play Fortnite Mobile. And here's the funny thing, like in PUBG Mobile, and I didn't find out about this until after I played it a little bit. Apparently when you drop down, you're basically fighting against AI for a while, and then the last few people in like the top 10 are like actual human opponents. So it's like most of the people that you're playing with are actually just like really low level bots. So you think you're getting a bunch of kills, but really you're just fighting against like incompetent AI. And I think I know why they're doing that, why the games are being filled with AI. It's because they want you to... Like, two reasons. A, they want you to feel like you're getting kills, they want to empower you. And B, they basically don't have a lot of people playing the mobile version, so they need to fill out those rooms somehow. So their solution is by filling them with AI. Oh, no way. I don't know if you saw that there, but I killed him, but then one of the fire projectiles kind of doubled back and hit me in the back there. Right, so this is by far the hardest level in the game. Most of the levels I've gotten through with not much problem. This one is actually difficult. It's just that fucking bird thing that I can't get past. Speaking of firebirds, I recently got Moltres in Pokemon Go. I may have mentioned this, but in Pokemon Go they added a new update where you do research, and basically it's like side missions where you don't complete objectives, and the more objectives you complete, the more stuff you unlock. Usually it's just like simple stuff like free Pokeballs and free items and stuff. Sometimes you get like an encounter. But if you do like... Shit. If you do like 7 days worth of research, you get a stamp per day. So if you get 7 stamps, like one for each day of the week, you get to encounter a legendary Pokemon. And unlike raids, you can basically use your actual Pokeball, so you can use your Ultra Balls, which really helps. So yeah, I completed my first 7 days, and I got Moltres as an encounter, and I managed to capture it, so that made me happy. I haven't captured any of the legendaries because I don't know anybody who still plays Pokemon Go, so I can't really do the raid battles where you need to get like several people to play at once. See, that's the thing about Pokemon Go, I like it, but because it's dropped in popularity, it's really difficult to do stuff like that when you don't have other people to play it with. So I'm glad that they've like come up with an alternative to get legendaries just by yourself. Don't ask me why I still play Pokemon Go, I just like the game. I think it's way better now that they've added the research missions though. I think that's the kind of thing that should have been there much earlier than when it actually came out. I'm not sure if I can hit him off screen. Oh, you actually can hit him off screen with that, good. Shouldn't have used the flamethrower then. Oh! Right, okay. That was scary. Yeah, this game is very trial and error. Like, you have to be careful about your movement. I mean, it is based off an arcade game, so that doesn't really surprise me. But yeah, if you haven't played Pokemon Go in a while, I would recommend checking out the research feature. Like, it really does add a lot more to the game than what was there originally. Like, the gameplay loop can be really repetitive without it. Basically how it works is, you spin Pokestops, sorry, and you get research, which is basically a mission. And if you complete that mission, you get a stamp for the day, and you also get a free item of sorts. And once you've done 7 stamps worth, you get a legendary. And then they offer special research, like special research on the sides. Which, if you complete all of those, I think you get Mew, which I've not completed yet, because those take a while. So the special research is something that you'll take far longer to complete. That fucking ghost up there. Oh, hang on a second, apparently OBS disconnected. Yep, hang on a second. Yep. Thanks, BT. Testing. Right, I think the stream is back now. Let me know if it's back on. Also, I'm going to be fixing this screen because I think the screen is not correctly aligned. Like, it seems a bit squished now that I look at it. I'm going to fix that real quick and then we should be good. You know, I should have fixed this sooner. I just didn't realise it was squished as far as it was until I actually looked at it while the OBS was causing me issues. I don't think it was so much... Like, OBS was also at fault, but it was also my internet because it disconnected. But the disconnection also kind of caused OBS to freeze up. So it took me a little bit longer than expected there to actually get it back up. And I'm going to move that over because I need to stretch this out so that it actually looks fine. So I think this should be the correct, this should more or less be the correct resolution. Or at least it feels less squished now than it was before. I need to find a better way to scale this. I don't really have that method on hand right now, so this is as good as it's going to look. So I'm assuming we're good to go now, so I'm just going to resume it. Let me hang on a second, I'm just going to restart the restream. As in restart the client on my end so I can actually see the messages while I'm playing. Come on. What's this beast? This is Toki going apespit. Also, that is not... Like, you'd think that was a subtitle I made up. That's an actual subtitle to a game going apespit. And you're about to find out why. Because you're an ape and you can spit. Also, hi Chod. This is a Sega Genesis game, by the way, based off an arcade game. This was a childhood rental, and that's a thing that killed me. Oops. I don't know if that'll come back. Also, I like how in this game, instead of coins, you have food. Like, look, food 35. Oh, it does come back? Damn it. Let me just check that the chat is working. It should be fine now. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. one slow lazy monkey. Yeah, he doesn't move very fast, like there's no run button. It's just jump and shoot. It's jump and shoot monkey. He's got no sense of urgency in a cave full of lava. Yeah. He doesn't grasp the severity of this situation. Shit. Wait, doesn't this just take me back to the starting point? Right, so I shouldn't go to the right then, I should go to the left. Right, this is the way forward. Oh! Yep, like I said, this is very trial and error sometimes. We've got to rescue the anime girl. Flawless game design, yeah. I mean, this game was based off an arcade game, and arcade games were generally designed to basically eat up all of their quarters. But they didn't think to redesign the game to compensate for the console design. Shit! Yeah, I was trying to avoid that projectile. I'm not sure if you're physically going faster while you're doing that, let me check. Nope, you go the same walking speed. I thought you would die sooner than that. If I do end up losing all my continues, I think there is a cheats thing that you can use to like get back to the level you died on. So if it comes to that, I might end up using that. Okay, so it turns out you can duck under that. I thought you had to jump over it. It didn't look like you could duck under it, it looked like it actually hit me in the head, but okay. It's got a fucking gigantic head, hasn't he? Also check out that monkey ass. Shaking that ass. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Oh, wait a minute. You get to see even more of it? What the fuck? Yeah, you couldn't... Genesis indeed does what Nintendo don't. You couldn't fucking get away with this on Nintendo. I didn't even fucking realise you could do that. Like, you couldn't, there was no way any SNES games could have done that with Nintendo's, like the way they had approved games, like, actual games, they couldn't fucking, like, get away with that. Like, you couldn't get away with that on SNES games. With Nintendo's policies in place back then. Genesis though, no problem, let's just put a big monkey ass in there. Not just by climbing, but also when you get to the top, you just get a full face of it. The original Expand On, pretty much. This is a fun game. It's not perfect, but it is fun for what it is. So yeah, like I said, Chod, this is the childhood game that I rented way back when. I haven't really played it since, so I don't remember a lot of it, but it is nostalgic to me. But the other reason I'm playing it is because there's like a reboot coming out on the Switch later this year. So I will probably pick that up. It's like a HD remaster of the arcade version with like high definition, like not pixel sprites, it's like drawings. Also, what the fuck? Belcher. I can see why it's called Belcher. It's throwing burp letters at me, and I'm dead. I should probably throw up those pictures of what the reboot looks like, because it looks pretty good. Right, here comes the fist. I'm not sure where the hitbox is. Oh, I need to wait till he stops burping and then I can hit him. Nice. Yeah, this is one of those games where you take one hit and then you die. Whoa, that's shine though. Oh, have I got to use momentum? Oh shit. Wait, how does this work? Oh, you're supposed to... Right, okay, you're supposed to jump. Like, continuously jump. But it does have momentum. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that background flashing is really fucking weird. Fuck off, Epic, someone's trying to log into my account. Yeah, that's happens. That's been happening a lot with a lot of people. I recently set up two-factor authentication. I think that might have fixed it for me. Let me grab this power up. Yeah, check this out. Whee! I have to admit, that's kinda neat to see like physics like that in a game outside of Sonic. Because it's not often you saw non-Sonic games that did this kind of stuff. Super Loki's, yeah. Whoa, that's weird. Oh, come on! I jumped there because I panicked, but I didn't realise that I could have, like, walked forward from there. But yeah, my sprite was too big to, like, fit through there after I fell again. Yep. So we're currently on stage 1, stage 6, act 1. I'm not sure how many stages this game has. I don't think it's more than 10, no, I think it's like maybe 8 or 9. Gonna have to wait for that platform now. Yeah, you want to see Bubbles the monkey moonwalking? He learned it from Michael Jackson. Oh shit. Oh, right, okay. I'm glad that the icicles on the ceiling don't actually do damage. They're just there for show. You think a trial and error platformer, the icicles would actually kill you? Like they were spikes, but they're not. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah, you've got to be careful with momentum in case you run right into the enemy and just die. Right, I'm back here again, goods. I went the long way around that time, but at least I got here. I mean, I'm kind of used to it now, but that flashing must be really fucking distracting for you guys watching. Wouldn't be so bad if it wouldn't fucking light up the entire screen. Imagine if you were a kid playing this, like, in the dark of night, when it was, like... Say you don't have that much lighting in your room and you're just playing on the CRT and it just, like, lights up the entire room. That's the kind of thing you would see, like, a thunder effect for, but not necessarily for, like, background ice. Right, 6-2. Oh, check out that shot, though. Wait, is that power shoes? Yep, they're shoes. Oh, sniped. Wait, the exit's right there? Okay then, that was quick. Aww. I didn't realise that spider would fucking combust into flames. At least if you kill it off the screen, the fucking fire sprites won't appear. Gotta love the damn ice physics though. Ah! I didn't realise that was going to drop me all the way down there. At least I know what I'm doing now. Also, for some reason, I've got the Japanese version of the game. I thought I had the English version because the ROM says, like, it says America European, but it's got, like, the Japanese name of the character, like it says Juju, not Toki. So yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with that is. I'm just gonna pretend it's the English version. Also, was that crab people? wait a minute, hang on. I need to look at that sprite in closer detail because that looks familiar. I think I know where that's from. Next time I see one, I'm going to pause and actually look at it. Get a nice look at that ass again. Whoa, what the fuck are you? That's a new one. Got him. Oh, that was a nice jump. Oh! Didn't realise I could actually jump from that angle, but I don't have to, I could just jump from here. But yeah, your power up like runs out after a short while, so it's not like a permanent upgrade. I'm just stuck to like small pellets. Okay, I could have sworn I held right there, what the fuck? Platforming physics, what are those? I'm gonna wait for that. This is by far the worst idea in the game, just because of the ice physics alone. I just can't fucking get over that sprite. I don't even, like, it's not like I even remember that when I was a kid, like, I don't. It's just funny to me seeing it now. Crystal Mammoth. Gotta get some of that crystal math. Nice. First try. So there's one particular enemy type that I really want to see again, but I'm not sure if it's going to reappear again. If it does, I'm going to pause it and look at it closely because I'm almost certain I know where that's from. But I don't want to say yet until I look at it, just to be sure. Yeah, there is. Okay, so look at that sideways walking crab. Does that not look familiar to you? I'm kind of surprised because I had no idea. Like, this is something that's in like a bootleg game that a certain YouTuber reviewed, but I didn't think it came from this game, so let me get the original video. Right, 1 second please. I'm gonna quickly look for the particular spot. I found it. Right, okay. I need to turn, I'm gonna turn the quality up just a little bit. It might make the stream buffer, but I don't care. It's just for this one thing, so excuse the buffering if it does occur. But this needs to be shown. Hang on a second. Just making sure this is, I think this is the right window, it might not be. Of course it wouldn't be. Let me move, I need to move that to the other window so that it actually shows up. Don't worry about it, it's complicated. Streaming is a complicated thing. Right, here we go. So, you might be familiar with this once you've seen where it comes from. So, let me show you this.
I really appreciate it.
It's right, there's a fucking thing right there.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that Sprint?
It's even got the same walking animation and everything. Like, it's
Looking
just
out
been
for me, Ash. I
taken
really
straight from that
appreciate it.
game. That's brilliant. I had no idea it was from this game in particular. I saw it and I was like, wait a minute, that's from that Pokemon bootleg game that JonTron reviewed. Because I distinctly remember that zoom in. And now it's dead. Wait, so if the enemy dies with its tongue sticking out and you touch the tongue, you still die? What? You'd think the enemy hitbox would be completely turned off by that point? But no, the tongue still kills you. That's lame. There we go. Just wanted to make sure I killed him there a bit quicker before he stuck his tongue back out at me. Please don't let there be a random thing that will just kill me in midair. Right, unfortunately we need to get past this lizard. No, it's not really that hard. Nice. Just checking which level we were about to enter in. We're in 7-2 now. I think 7-3 is where the boss is, or 7-4. Okay, so if you duck on a slope, you actually aim where the slope trajectory is. That's kind of neat. I say kind of because it's not really, but it gives you an extra little bit of aiming. You don't have that many aiming options, truth be told. Oh, didn't know that was going to happen. Okay, that's actually not that good. Like, if you need to aim straight forward but you need to duck, you can't do that. Or can you? Nope. That was close. Oh! I didn't realise that was that fucking close to me. Yeah, you really need to pay attention to your surroundings. At least getting extra lives doesn't take that much effort. Oh yeah, when I first used my brand new phone, I had issues with the touchscreen. Turns out it was the screen protector that was kind of not aligned properly. Ah, fuck. But yeah, it was... See, here's the thing, the phone is like almost entirely like all screen on the front. That combined with the fact that it's like a curved screen on the edges, the screen protectors are not like standard screen protectors, they have to like curve around the edges. So to kind of mitigate the alignment, they give you like a tool that you put around the phone. It's like a little plastic brace or something, and you like kind of align the screen protector inside. On paper it's a smart idea, in practice not so much, because I thought I aligned it perfectly using the tool and it was anything but. Because I noticed it was slightly off to one side, but I was like, that's close, it's good enough. But then I started using it and I realised, wait a minute, half of this is not working right. Like, because the bottom right side... I keep forgetting that's there. The bottom right hand corner of the phone is like the touchscreen on that side was like really buggy, like it wasn't behaving properly. Keyboard typing wasn't working, spinning Pokeballs in Pokemon Go wasn't working. Because when you spin the Pokeball, you have to like swipe it around that side of the screen, which more often than not cancels the throw, or cancels the spin, and fucks up your throwing. It was basically just like fucking things up, so I had to take the screen protector off. And surprisingly enough, the adhesive was still strong enough that I could like reapply it without the brace that was provided, so that worked. Now it seems to be fine. But I'm not going to be using that tool again when I get given one of those, because that tool didn't really work as well as you'd think it would. Ironic that the tool was designed to make things easier and it didn't actually help. I'm not sure which one I should go down. This is like that fucking level from Super Mario World. The special worlds. Oh, come on! How the fuck was I supposed to know that was the wrong way? And I don't know if there's a way to cancel you from, like, falling down those bricks. It was like, here, have a Starman. Oh, never mind, it's a death pit. Or rather, it's death spikes, which the Starman does not grant you invincibility from. So yeah, that's fun. Well, at least I know to go down the middle this time. Again, very trial and error. I'm not sure which one in the middle is. I guess this one? There we go. Right, so this is the middle. Yeah, not super clear that you were supposed to go down that way. There's that fucking bootleg crab again. I'm just gonna call it crab people, because I really need a reason why to call it crab people. I like South Park. Yeah, there's your reason. Yeah, I do wonder which direction the South Park the series is going to be taking with the next season. I just want it to be like a return to form after like the last few seasons being as experimental as it is, but I'm not sure what it's going to be doing. But we'll find out soon. Also, does anybody know if Rick and Morty's getting a new season this year, or what? Because it's been pretty quiet on that front. Because I remember hearing that last year, Rick and Morty Season 3 began on April Fool's Day to kind of catch people off guard, but April's 1st has kind of come and gone and nothing's happened, so... Not that I was expecting to do that a second time, but they haven't really said when Season 4 is going to start. If at all. Like, I think Season 3 of Rick and Morty was a bit, like, hit and miss compared to the first two seasons, but I would still like to see a fourth season at the very least, because I think that show would still be pretty good for another season at least. Look at all those projectiles. All the bouncing balls. Toki for smash, and then his attack would just be a million projectile balls going apespit. What's that? Oh, that's where the demon comes from. Does that do damage to me? Oh no, it's like gel stuff, right? Okay. I'm surprised there is no enemies up at the very top there. Bashtar. Oh, it's just a heart. Okay. Heart, hands, and feet. Uh-oh. Don't know if I can avoid this. Nope. So I basically just have to keep hitting it without getting hit. Right, I think I've got the idea. Shit. Yeah, you really need to get every single hit in. Got it. There we go. Interesting idea for a boss fight. I wonder if any of these bosses are based off of the arcade version, or if they're all just like unique bosses to this game. Right, so I think this might be the penultimate level, or it's like the final level, I'm not sure. I think we're close to the end of the game. Ah. Kinda feels like we are getting close to the end, so I might be able to finish this tonight. Hold that thought for just a second, I'm just going to check something real quick. Right, okay. Do you know what Genesis games I would love to play again? The Rocket Knight games? Those games are really fucking good. Rocket Knight Adventures in Sparkster. Like, they're classics. It's a shame they're owned by Konami, because I don't think Konami's going to do shit with them at all now. Oh! Okay, didn't really think that one through. Maybe I can duck under that? I'm gonna give that a shot. So is there anything you guys want me to talk about? Because I can't think of much else to say at the moment. Kind of drawing a blank on topics. How many continues do I have left? I've still got 4 continues. I should be able to finish this within 4 continues. Fingers crossed. I mean, it's not one of those games where if you use up a continue, you have to start back at the first act of that stage. Thank God. That definitely saves a bit of grievance on my part. Oh yeah, I've uploaded a new video today, which I haven't uploaded for a while because I've been a bit slow on like making more videos to upload to YouTube. Today I uploaded Detective Pikachu Part 2. I might do some more of that tomorrow, by the way, so if not tomorrow, it'll probably be the next day, so expect me to do another Detective Pikachu stream very soon. I don't play that one super often just because it's very dialogue heavy, and I'm not really good at reading dialogue for long stretches of periods of time. I think I can duck under this. Oh, you can? Very good. I can barely see the platforms. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I need to actually walk onto that. There we go. Oh, I hate levels that do that. Also, I just realised that the level flashes when you're shooting. I didn't realise why the light had went out for a while. But this is something about like some platformers that annoy me. When they create a level where the goal is right next to you, but you have to go all the way around to get it. Like, that's like the ultimate cock tease. It's like, yeah, we know the goal's right here, now you've got to fucking go and get it. Like, some people might like that idea, but it's more of a tease than anything. Yeah, I should be shooting to look around. So that I can see the platforms and everything. Is that the end right here? Oh. Of course not. And if you go up to the left there, you go back to the starting point, that's even more evil. You can't go down faster, you just have to wait. I should probably show you, actually, the screenshots for the reboot, because it looks pretty good. Let me get them real quick. Toki Switch. This is probably going to show me pictures of Toki Tori, which is a completely different indie game. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. But I think I found the pictures. Let me just grab them real quick. Stream might buffer a second because I'm downloading pictures. I think there are like 3 screenshots. In fact, I'll show you just the one. I don't need to show you all 3. Browser, please stop being a dick. So let me show you what Toki HD looks like, or the Toki remaster based off the arcade game, as soon as it saves. Is that it there? There we go. So yeah, this is what the remaster looks like. It's basically night and day in terms of the graphics, isn't it? I love like remasters where it's just like hand-drawn animation. So I'm kind of glad to see that this is what we're going to end up getting. So that's coming to Switch later this year. There's no date for it yet, but it will be coming out at some point later this year. When that comes out, I'll stream it. Definitely. I just hope it doesn't get cancelled again like it did like 10 years ago. Still don't know why it got cancelled, but at least it's not dead. Well, I say cancelled, but I mean like it just like disappeared for a long time for no reason. Right, here's the exit. Right, the boss is after this one. You know, this level's not that bad compared to the ice level. This one's actually not that difficult. I say that and I'm probably going to get killed by something really dumb. Shit. Can't get that power up. Fuck. How am I supposed to get over there? Right, so that was a complete waste of time. Wait, what is the point in this part of the level? Where the fuck am I going? Am I stuck? Can I not get up there anymore? Did I do something to fuck this up? Because I legit don't know how to get up there. Maybe I'm supposed to just backtrack then? Yeah, a little bit confused. No, this just takes me back to the start, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to which direction to go. Because I went all the way to the left and there was nothing there, unless there was something at the very... What the fuck was... Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something fall there. I went all the way to the left and didn't really see anything. Maybe I missed something at the very bottom corner, so let me go check. I go all the way here and there's nothing. Wait a minute. Oh, there's a platform. Is this what I'm supposed to take? Right, okay, that makes sense. Now I can actually reach that. I didn't see that platform there, and I didn't realize it would take me that way. I don't think I can... Nah, there's no way I'm going to reach that. Not with the speed he's walking at, you can't reach that, so I need to go around. There we go. Boss incoming. Oh, this is the guy who stole the princess. So I think this is the last level then? His name is Stark. Nice name for an evil wizard. Whoever the fuck you are. Damn it. This may be where I start to lose a lot of lives. Seriously, how the fuck do I avoid all those projectiles? Oh, come on! I didn't realise I could. Well, I was trying to run under it, not jump over it, because I thought it was going to hit me if I did the ladder. Yeah, I think you're just supposed to jump over all of them. Oh, you can destroy them as well, right? That's good. I've still got like 4 health bars worth of health to get deplete. You can also bounce on it, that's good to know. Nice. By far the hardest boss fight in the game, for good reason. Oh, that was close. I think I got this. One hit. Got him. Yeah, that was not easy. Stage 9, right, okay, I think this might be the last one then. So, if I recall correctly, from me renting this game when I was a kid, I think it's after stage 8 that the game kind of stops if you play on the easy mode. So if you play on the easy and then you have to play the whole thing again on normal, this is new. But yeah, this is most likely the final level in the entire game. So hopefully we can beat this. We've still got like 4 continues left. Oh, the shoes make you run faster as well. Cool. Shit! Couldn't outrun him there. No wonder I ran out of shoe power. Like, the shoes ran out at the worst possible time. Such scary looking monkey heads. Really? Nope. Would have got skewered there if I continued. Nice. Huh, completely different music. And it's not even like foreboding music, it's like very happy-go-lucky music. Oh. Right, time for bootleg Donkey Kong Minecart then. This really is Donkey Kong Country, it's just not a very good one comparatively. Oh, that can go piss off. Really hate momentum-based platforming like that at times. Oh, I can't even reach that. I need to finish this part up. Oh, this is gonna suck. Not really, actually. There we go. And now back to your regularly scheduled music. Like, the only other time the game changes music outside of boss fights is when you do a war level, and that's it. This song has played for like 90% of the game. Oh, I thought he was going to... I didn't think he was going to walk off the edge there. Ukulele is 69% off in the Humble store. I was thinking of getting it, but I don't know. Weren't you waiting for the console version to go cheap? Okay, those enemies suck. They give you the suck, but they also give you the blow. I'm just gonna try jumping over them. Oh, not this one. Even though I should have. I mean, I can bounce on them. I could probably jump past those two that are trying to get me. Yeah, I need to start being careful now. Help me! I hope this is the last level, because I've only got like 3 continues left. Oh, you were saying about how the console versions are usually cheaper. That's true. Usually they are. If all else fails, just fucking jump on their heads, I guess. Check out the firepower on that. Not only is it a bigger bullet, but it does more damage. Taking one of these into a boss fight would be really useful. Assuming you don't die the turn you use it. Like, if you do die, then you end up having to fight with a regular bullet instead. Oh, that's a bad noise. Yeah, you want a little bit of viewer rate? There you go. Lovely, lovely fucking noise. Might as well grab this then. Oh, it's Stark again. Okay then. Ah, well there goes the weapon that I picked up. Yeah, we couldn't think of an original final boss, so here, just have the boss from the previous world. Thanks. That weapon could have really been handy as well. I had to go and squander it. I should be fine as long as I just jump at the right time. Once again, I thought I could run under that. But of course you can't run, so... You know it's the final boss though, when the music is different from the other boss songs? What kind of a name of an evil wizard is Stark? It's a weird name, don't you think? Barely got any hits in that time. I thought he was low enough there to hit. Doesn't seem to be teleporting to the left, which is good, because I don't want him to do that. Right, this will be the one. Oh shit. Right, never mind, this is the real final boss. What a really weird looking final boss as well. I'm just gonna not move any closer in case I get hit by a projectile. Or the hands that come close to me. So far though, this seems to be working. Oh shit. At least the game's nice enough to start me back here again. It also drops weapons sometimes. I have to admit, this is a pretty cool final fight. By the standards that this game has set, at the very least. Yeah, I have no recollection of this final boss. Like I said, I've only, like, the last time I played this was around way back in the day, so... Outside of the concept of the monkey spitting projectiles, I don't remember much about this game. But I figured it would be an interesting one-off. And I was right. I'm not getting any weapons though. Like, it dropped a weapon at one point, but I'm not sure why it's not doing that now. Sometimes drops fruits, which serve no purpose other than to give you one-ups. It's almost dead though. I got greedy. I got fucking greedy. I was like, I'll try to grab that and then run back, but nah, I should have kept shooting. Oh, there we go. This will help significantly. No, I kinda didn't want to pick that up, but whatever. I thought I jumped too early there for a second. Oh, I should have picked that up. got it. All stage cleared. That doesn't make sense, but okay. Let me save you by spitting. By going ape spit. You'd think after all that they would at least give him a t-shirt or something? Nope. Juju Miho. Yeah, he's supposed to be called Toki in the English version. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I've got the Japanese version here. I thought I had the English version, but oh well. You can just pretend that said Toki. There's that fucking bootleg crab people. I always have a thing for like games with credits that show like the cast of enemies and their names. Kilroy. Wait, was that turtle called Picasso? Why? Here's the boss roll call. I have to say though, like, this game's not amazing or anything, but it was fun to stream, at the very least. I think that might be my favourite boss of the bunch, Belcher. Stark. Again, a very underwhelming name for a villain. But yeah, the Japanese version is called Legend of Juju. Even though this doesn't really make a difference, I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. The end, see you again. Can't think of much else to say now that we're done with that, but yeah, there you go, that's what that game was like. Such a bizarre game, but I like it.